so welcome back to my channel. I am so excited to be doing this video today because, as you can tell by the title, it is my review for The Broken Ones by Danielle Jensen. And you guys, if you have been around for any length of time, you will know that I love Stolen Songbird. It is one of my favorite fantasy series ever, and The Broken Ones is the prequel that is coming out on June 6th, so I will post this video a little before then to give you a head start to get on that. But today I'm going to be reviewing the arc that I kindly received from NetGalley and telling you what I thought about it. This video will not be including spoilers for The Broken Ones, even though, let's be honest, what is there to be spoiled? Unfortunately, we all know how it ends. It's so sad. And I'm not even sure if there will be spoilers for the Malediction trilogy, but regardless, I recommend you read that one first before going into this book, for the simple reason that this book does not contain a lot of world building. Basically, there is zero world building in it because it's a prequel and you're supposed to already know the world. So yeah, definitely read Stolen Songbird first. I will link my review for that book up in the cards and down below. I did specific review videos for Stolen Songbird and the sequel Hidden Huntress, so they will be linked down below. I didn't do one for Warrior Witch somehow, but I talked about it in a wrap-up last year, so I will also put that down in the info bar. But let's get started. So I was kind of laboring under the misconception that this book was going to be a novella, but about like halfway through I was like, wait, this is a full-length book. And then I checked on Goodreads because I was reading the ebook, and you know how it says like the page number is never accurate, like doesn't tell you anything, but on Goodreads I checked and it said it had 320 pages, and I was like, yay, this is an actual book. I am so excited. Oh my god. So that was the first spark of amazingness in connection with this book. Basically, if you didn't know, this book is the story of Mark and Penelope, the two trolls that we get to meet in this Malediction trilogy. And actually, well, we don't get to meet Penelope, unfortunately, because by the time that Stolen Songbird rolls around, she's already dead. So that's very sad. So she's obviously a troll that got bonded to Mark, and because she had an affliction that kept her body bleeding, it was clear that she would die pretty soon, and she does end up dying in the book. And this is not a spoiler because you know this already. Everybody knows this already. And this is the worst part. It is not the kind of book where you read it and you're like, oh, this is gonna end well. Because the simple fact that you're interested in their story means that you know how it ends, and carrying that knowledge with you throughout reading about them is just the worst kind of torture, I tell you. It made me so freaking sad. I was glad to see that they were having like happy moments and like, you know, in love kind of moments, but oh my god, just knowing where it went the entire time, I just wanted to jump into the pages, hug them both, and be like, just don't have sex. And they probably wouldn't have listened to me and thought that was a crazy person and also killed me because I'm human. But still, like, I had honestly already forgotten some of these details, like how she died and stuff like that, before going into this book. So anyway, I'm rambling because I just needed to let my emotions about this book go. I already tweeted Danielle like 13,000 times. I'm sure she's annoyed at me. I'm pretty sure I also tweeted her like a million times after reading Stolen Songbird, so sorry, not sorry. So in this book we do follow Mark and Penelope as they kind of develop their love story, but because they had already known each other like their entire life, and they kind of just merged from like friendship into love, like moved from friendship into love, there wasn't really this time that we got with like Tristan and Cecil, this kind of development time, you know, this kind of build up. That's something that I found kind of lacking in this book because it just diminished it a little bit. Of course, I was happy to see them be happy with each other, but at the end of the day, I am someone who's like a really big sucker for this kind of will they, won't they sort of thing. So I just would have liked for that to take like a little bit longer at least. I think that kind of she kisses him for the first time or tells him she loves him like a fourth into the book, maybe, I don't know. It was too soon for me at any rate, and I would have liked for that to be a little bit more drawn out, but what can you do? At first I thought that was because it was a novella, and then I realized it's a full book, and I'm like, I also thought that the plot of this book was not fully fleshed out at some points, and it didn't really have that much happening in it, which I understand because we already knew quite a huge portion of their story, and that was kind of already set in stone, and it obviously needed to lead up to Stolen Songbird. So I understand that with a prequel you need to stick to the parameters that you kind of set for yourself in the like normal trilogy, I guess, and maybe she didn't consider that she would want to write a prequel. So while I really enjoyed reading about them, I think it wasn't entirely necessary to write a whole book about them. Again, maybe a novella would have been better, even though I did love the fact that it was a book, but just like plot-wise, I felt like this could have been a novella, just because we already knew so much, and there really wasn't that much happening before Cecil came to Trollis. The main plot does center around like the sympathizer movement and Tristan and his friends and how they're like trying to sort of keep it a secret from the Duke and just trying to keep a low profile and not draw any attention. That is definitely an important plot point, but at the end of the day I didn't necessarily think it was a big enough thing to write its own book about, additionally to just like mentioning it as the story of Stolen Songbird continued, which to me I felt like plot-wise, again, that would have been completely sufficient. Obviously the point of this book was not so much the plot and more the romance, and I get that, I totally do, and I did enjoy it. I gave this book 4 stars. I don't know if I mentioned this. This book is definitely something that will only appeal to the fans, I think. Like, again, if you haven't read the trilogy, this book will not really be for you, I think. As sort of the looking back and like looking at their relationship, it worked wonderfully. As always, I really love the writing. I think Danielle Jensen has like a really great way with words. I think she's amazing at building stories and at like creating unique characters that have like different and multifaceted personalities, which I really appreciate. There were a few things again that kind of bothered me in the overall book storyline. One of them is the deliberate miscommunications, and it kind of reminded me of Pretty Little Liars, because literally everybody has secrets from each other, and like I even as the reader kept losing track of who knew what and who kept what from whom, and whose secret was like, these people know but these don't, but then this secret, seriously, Jesus Christ. I do understand that miscommunication is just like the easiest way to create like problems and tension and you know, but it's just such a cheap tool, and I just didn't necessarily appreciate that a whole lot. Also, this is random, but obviously, as we learn in Stolen Songbird, Anais has like strong feelings for Tristan, and they used to be like dilly-dallying about, basically, like, oh, kind of flirting here and there, and obviously we get that in this book, and I just like, I felt so mad on behalf of Cecil, because girl, you get your hands off her man, alright? I know that this is just jealousy on her behalf speaking. Obviously this needed to be in the book because it is mentioned in Stolen Songbird, but I could have done without it. I could have done without it. Literally, I would not have criticized her for not putting it in the book, because it made me so angry. Speaking of Tristan, I really appreciated this book for kind of pointing out his flaws, which might sound weird, like why is this a pro? It kind of just showed that Tristan without Cecil is kind of like a douchebag. No, just kidding. He's always had very good intentions, but you definitely get a very clear image of kind of the things that he does struggle with. Like, for example, he's a planner but not a doer. So the things like he has these huge plans on what to do with the city and like how to save the half-bloods and all of that, but he just keeps talking and he kind of tends to sort of miss the point where he needs to start actually taking action. And I really like that this was again incorporated in this book, especially because immediately after I picked up Stolen Songbird again, and those traits are with him still. I definitely liked Mark a lot better as like a guy character somehow. I don't know. He's definitely more down to earth. He is more kind on the inside, and I just kind of tend to prefer Mark's personality if I had to choose between the two. So overall, I really appreciated this book for what it was. It was wonderfully written. I love, again, that we got the backstory on Mark and Penelope, because they're everything, and again, it was so much more impactful knowing how the story would end and how sad it was going to be, and I cried. Okay, I did cry. I'ma just admit it because it was really fucking sad. If you enjoyed the Malediction trilogy as much as I have, I definitely recommend you go and pick this book up when it comes out. If not, I definitely recommend you pick up the freaking Malediction trilogy right now, because what the hell are you doing with your life? Go and do that. Again, all my videos on these books are linked down below in case you're interested in more information on like my specific thoughts on everything. This was the last book set in this universe, I think, as far as I know. So I'm just gonna die a little bit inside and cry, probably, again. But anyway, guys, so that is it for my review of The Broken Ones by Danielle L. Jensen. Let me know in the comments down below how much you love the Malediction trilogy. So let me know if you're gonna be picking up this book in a few days when it comes out. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe and come back very soon for a new video. Yeah. I'ma see you then. Have a lovely week. Bye!